I dated a girl a few years back who was moderately successful, and something that she said stuck to me even years later now that we don't speak anymore. I was talking about my job as an engineer and how I wanted to achieve certain things and how I wanted some promotion in an arbitrary amount of time. But I kept emphasizing that I was too young to get that because I hadn't put in enough time. She told me something that really stuck with me in that you can't go forward in life thinking that you are too young to have anything. People always put this arbitrary time frame in order to get the things that you want. If you have certain goals, you will never be able to achieve them if you're not putting in the effort to get after them right now. Like, you can't control who you are right now in the present moment, but in the next second, you could completely shift your mindset and be someone completely different. You could start to aim towards the things that you want and actually do the things that you need to do to become the person that you want to be. If you have this idea that you're too young to aim for certain things, it's going to lead to you being stagnant. You're not going to actually do the things that you need to do. And having that mentality is going to hold you back because you are internally putting yourself in a cage, thinking, I'm too young. They won't appreciate my opinion. My voice doesn't matter because I'm young and they're older. You're creating this distance in value simply because of your age, but that's not something that you can control. And your excellence isn't something that is really determined by your age. There are people out there who have been in certain careers for 20 years, and realistically, they probably fucking suck at their jobs, but they're just there or have the position that they have simply because they've been at the company for that arbitrary amount of time. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you show excellence and you strive for excellence, you could go really far. Your age doesn't really matter. Because if it did, then there wouldn't be people who are have vast differences in ages. One person's maybe like 30 and the other one's like 60 and they're in the exact same position. If age truly mattered, then that would never happen. Like, yes, it does take time in order to improve, but I think it takes a lot less time than people think. You don't have to dedicate some arbitrary 10 years towards doing the same monotonous thing repeatedly in order to get the goals that you want. You have to actually try to improve and achieve excellence daily in order to become the person that you want to be. That's the difference. See, our world is conditioned to think that if you put an arbitrary amount of time towards doing something, that you're going to get to where you want to be, right? But time doesn't matter. Effort does. Effort matters above everything else. If you're really trying to improve and really dedicating yourself, you could probably get there way faster than you think. Eventually, that arbitrary point in time is going to come, and you're not going to have the things that you want because you weren't applying yourself in the right way. The important thing is to apply yourself in the right way. See, that's true for starting a business, starting content creation, wanting to excel in your career. People start one business and think that it's going to succeed. People post one video and want it to reach 1 million views, try for their work for 2 weeks, and then expect a promotion. That's not what matters. You have to dedicate yourself every single day, consistently and constantly, in order to get the things that you want. That is the difference. It doesn't matter your age because there's people younger that have what you want. So if age mattered, that would never happen. The point is that they put in the effort that you weren't putting in. So if you want to get there, you have to start putting in the effort. That is the only difference. This conversation is something that I had years ago, and it literally changed my brain chemistry to think that, oh my God, I was putting myself in my own cage by thinking that I was too young to do certain things or to reach a certain level of intelligence or to reach a certain level of productivity by almost putting myself down based on my age. But the age doesn't matter. Effort is always the number one thing that matters. And as long as you put in effort, you will get to where you want to be. But you have to constantly dedicate yourself to it.